yeah, there's the baby. I was like, excuse me, what?
You want to come again for Big Fudge?
Wait, what?
Sorry.
That's what you make it.
Okay.
So welcome back to today.
Welcome to today.
I always say that. It's welcome to today.
Jeez.
Come on,
okay.
guys, get it right already.
I look kind of crazy.
It's okay, you look cute.
Thanks. I'm sorry. Please don't mind it. Okay, so we wanted to tell you guys the events of the last day because it's been a bit crazy. A
bit of a whirlwind.
You got something on your face.
I got something. Was it an eyebrow? They're sometimes untamed and unruly. Okay, so let's start off last night.
Let's start with last night. Okay, so we were planning on going out of town, and we were doing a big grocery trip, and so we had went out and got some food and ate, and I was really full, and then we went walking around the grocery store a bit, and then like I lifted some groceries and stuff. I'm just saying this because I don't know if it's matters or not. Anyways, then when we got home and I was unloading groceries, I felt like, oh, this is always TMI, this channel. I was bleeding, and it freaked us right out. Like, we were just beside ourselves.
Yeah, we were not happy to see that because we'd already kind of, as you may have known from the previous videos, had experienced spotting. Yeah,
so this was more than spotting. This was, I would say, like a bleed. Anyways, so that happened, and then, you know, I was really sad, so I just went to bed. The next day it had really like subsided a lot, and the color changed to more brown, which was, you know, all positive signs, but I still just felt really uneasy.
This is like the fast version of kind of what happened.
Yeah.
We're sparing you some of the gory details, yes.
So we obviously didn't go out of town because it's like, why? Like, I can't.
We weren't gonna risk anything.
Yeah, I can't put myself in a position like that. So anyways, woke up this morning, decided that I wanted to go to the emergency room. I just felt like I needed to. Like, I couldn't just sit here and just worry, you know.
And just not know, even though it had started to kind of go down, and it was.
And we've done research, so we had like an idea of what we thought it would be. Like, if we were gonna be Dr. Google ourselves, like, we had a feeling of what we thought it would be, but we don't know. So anyway, so we went to the hospital, and we spent like 4 hours there.
Yeah, in total, we were there for 4 hours.
Yeah, and we just recently got home. So I don't know. Do you want to go through that?
Sure. So, you know, the usual stuff. You check in, triage, get seen by a doctor and a nurse, and not in that order, but basically do some checks, you know, why are you here, what was going on, all that stuff, explaining, you know, giving your life story. We were from doing IVF, blah blah blah, we've gone through it, you know, 4 times.
Yeah, you should feel bad for me now.
all the details, right? Like, not an easy conversation when you're trying to explain the backstory.
But you also have that conversation like so many times.
Yeah, it's like every single person.
People.
Yeah. Okay, so they just wanted to do an ultrasound, so they decided.
Rolled in this old ghetto machine.
It was like the Windows 96 of ultrasound machines.
Yeah, she warned us.
She even told us, like, these are not very good, they're not that reliable.
Yeah, don't expect much. And I was like, I appreciate that. I was like, okay, at least we're forward.
So, and of course this is just, I don't know, the tummy, like with the gel, I don't know what they call that one. Abdominal. Yeah. And so we did an abdominal, and she's kind of looking around, and
she was like kind of casual about it, and she's like, oh yeah, there's the baby. I was like, excuse me, what?
You want to come again for Big Fudge?
Wait, what?
Sorry. Can you repeat that?
Because we haven't like officially seen the baby yet. We had seen like the yolk sac and everything. So I was like, can I see it, please?
Yeah.
And so she showed us, and she's like, oh yeah, and like, this is, you know, I think so don't take this fully, but I think I see a flicker. And I was like, and I like, put my hand over my mouth, and I started tearing up. But of course, like, because she couldn't be definite, I like stopped crying because I was like, Ayla, you don't know for sure, just reel it back a bit.
Yeah. By this point I had made sure to come from like the husband chair over in the corner,
Up to
you
my
know,
head.
up to like right at the side, so I could be there too.
Yeah, you were like looking too.
Can I see you too?
Excuse me, what? So that was definitely a good sign because we hadn't seen that before. So we're like, okay, that's good. Like, I like that. I'm down for that. I'm all about it. I'm ready to just keep going with these tests. I'm not dreading it anymore. Like, I'm glad.
Yeah.
And then, so then she also we did a blood test to check HCG, and we did a pelvic exam and like some swab exam thing, which, you know, isn't pleasant.
That was the worst part, right?
Well, it's fine. It's just
they even
not
asked
pleasant.
me, "Oh, are you
wanna
gonna
leave the room?
for this?" I'm like, "No, I'm okay." Like,
like, guys, do you know what we've been through? Like, I just said he'll just stay by my head. Like, he just won't be on that end. He'll come over here.
Yeah.
But, so we did those things. If we were to fast forward, the HCG came back really good. It was at 17,000. So we're good with that.
Yeah.
But then they...
So they wanted to get us in to do an actual, like, the intervaginal ultrasound. Is that the word?
Transvaginal, but yeah.
It's inter.
It's inter.
It is entering the inside.
Stop.
Anyway, so they wanted to get us in for that, and, you know, it can take some time, of course, you know, who's more urgent than other patients and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ayla had a full bladder, and we had made sure to tell her that, and we had made sure to continue to make that happen for you, so you would have a full bladder.
Yeah.
Long story short, they were able to get us in for the ultrasound, like, immediately.
Because they did an abdominal first.
Yeah.
And
So then
because
they
I had a
realized-
full bladder, they're like, might as well just sneak her in. So it worked out really well.
That was awesome, actually. Like, good on us to be prepared and like, ask about that. And okay, so then the next thing is obviously we get brought over to the ultrasound section of the hospital and wait there for a few minutes, get the ultrasound. Again, that's pelvic to start. She does the whole thing, doesn't really say much. Ayla goes out, provides the urine sample because I also wanted a urine sample for HCG.
Yeah.
And
There's
then
a
come
lot
back
of
and we do the transvaginal ultrasound. I don't know. I can't remember all these things.
It's okay.
And then...
And so it was just like silent in the room for a while. Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Here you go.
Here you go.
I have nothing.
We were just silent in the room for a little while, and I was kind
We're still a little nervous, but of
Yeah.
course we're still like pretty excited because she said she saw a flicker, but she wasn't able to confirm it.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like laying there, like, is she gonna show me? Is she gonna say anything? So finally, I just worked up the courage and I said, so can you show me any of it? Like,
excuse me?
Excuse me, can you please? And so she said, yeah, so she turned it over, and sure enough, there is the frickin' sack and the baby and the flicker. We saw the flicker.
It was
clear.
more than well, we got to see the
We saw
flicker,
that,
yeah.
like,
But we also got to see the heartbeat.
Yeah.
What
and
do you
she
call
showed
it?
us the
medical term for the line.
I don't know, that's embarrassing. I don't know what it is. Anyway, she showed us the heartbeat. We didn't get to hear it because they didn't have that specific technology there.
Right.
But we saw it, and she measured
Told us
it.
the BPM.
Yeah.
126.
126. So we're obviously really happy and really excited about that,
So,
and feeling good that like there's a confirmed pregnancy with a confirmed baby who has a heartbeat and is like, it's where, like, that baby is where it needs to be, and everything is on track and good.
And that was so exciting to see. We were really not expecting to necessarily get to see that.
I was hoping.
She's currently, as of this video and as of today when we went, 6 weeks, 6 days. So we still knew it was early. And we still have an ultrasound appointment for later in this week, which was only the next one we were supposed to be going to, of course, not this today.
This was all unforeseen.
Yeah.
So anyways, that was awesome. But then, you know, you get changed and then you come back. And the radiologist wanted to come talk to us, which was good because we could get his point of view.
And they don't always come and talk to you, but he wanted to, which we really appreciated.
He was so nice. The whole time I'm like, I like you.
Yeah, what a pal.
What a pal. What a bud. So he obviously...
Well, wait, before you go there, I want to say the one thing... you want to talk to you, buddy? So the thing that he had to say was, what did he call it? He said, okay, so I liked his terminology. So you have a home, and then you have your
food pack,
and
the baby.
So
essentially,
so
like, the gestational sac, yolk sac and the baby.
And then, yeah.
So what our diagnosis was, the whole reason why we went was because of the bleeding, obviously. We didn't go to get an ultrasound and a heartbeat. Like, the reason was the bleeding. And so what they found is, our previous ultrasound, they actually found this too. I had a subchorionic hemorrhage, and it was small at that point, but this time today,
like 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters or so? It
had grown just a little bit. He
by
said 3 centimeters. Yeah. So it has grown. So what that is essentially, it's on the outside of the home, and it's blood. And
this is why you get a good security system.
You keep it outside of the home. Yeah. Okay, so essentially it's blood, and it's more common in patients who have conceived through IVF. So, like, it's not surprising.
Of course it would happen.
Yeah, it's
to
not
us.
surprising.
Like, why not, right?
And it's one of those things that you just monitor. There isn't really anything you can do. Like, it does increase some of the risks just by a little bit.
Yeah, it's not like the greatest news, of course.
Yeah.
But it's also manageable to the point, like, as long as it stays where it's at, we shouldn't have any problems.
Like, the next time we go to the ultrasound, we're hoping to see it reduce in size, and, like, if it doesn't, then, like, the next time, you know, it just might mean more ultrasounds that we'll have to go to, and making sure that we're being a bit more cautious. They didn't say, like, I had to do bed rest or anything, but I think I'm just gonna take it upon myself to just kind of rest as much as possible, because I feel like the bleeding would come on, like, anytime I did anything extra, because this week I've just been, like, at home, and then the one time I finally left and went to the grocery store was the time, you know what I mean? So I just feel better if I just do what I think my body needs.
I agree.
So yeah, so we're just gonna monitor it. It's not anything like terribly bad. It's not like, it's also not great. So we're just kind of taking it one day at a time with that. The fact that our baby is there and has a heartbeat is growing is the best news. And really the hemorrhage, or hematoma is another word that they use, is just something we have to keep an eye on. We know why I was bleeding, and that's important to me, because now I don't have to think like, oh, it's like a threatened miscarriage. It's this. It's the reason why is this, and it makes things like a little bit easier. And we just, now that we know, we can pay attention to it.
Yeah, and so to make it easy going forward, we're going to refer to it as SCH, which is the abbreviation. So,
hemorrhage,
yeah, it is quite common. It's just we have to make sure that we keep an eye on it, and we go to these ultrasounds and hopefully see it reduce even in a few days when we go for the next one.
Yeah, and so that's what
much else
happened.
you can do.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we went into it honestly thinking. Like I said, we were Dr. Googling.
Yeah, and well, we wanted to make sure to find any way to find something that was anything but miscarriage. And we did think it could be this, especially since they did say there was a slight bleed in the first ultrasound. They just never really talked about it with us. So
yeah. So now we know.
Now we know. Actually, the doctor even said when we were in the ER at first, she's like, yeah, so it says here at your first ultrasound that you did have a slight SCH. And we're like,
oh.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna do what we can, which isn't much, but we're gonna take it easy. We're gonna enjoy the long weekend we have here.
And just be so happy that there's a baby. And a healthy baby.
A healthy baby.
Everything we know. So anyways, we wanted to share that with you, as it's been a roller coaster. We went from like so down and like crying, just a mess, to like, oh my gosh, there's a baby and its heart is beating, and like freaking out.
Honestly, this whole like realm of pregnancy is so new to us, guys. We find, and we joke about the fact that we're experts in infertility, but we have nothing to do with pregnancy. We don't know anything about it. We're learning as we go. We're first-time parents, and there's a lot of scary things, and we're exhibiting that right now. We're going through all the motions, and I think anytime that there's something that isn't going perfect, we're freaking out. Yeah. And I think that's okay, because we're just being cautious. And
we just love this baby so much already.
Yeah. Right? And so this is like good to go through all this stuff so that the next time, you know,
I'm just so glad we were together.
Yeah.
Like, And like, honestly, I wanted you to be sad. That sounds so bad, but I wanted you to be sad because I was like, this is something worth being sad about, like bleeding that
Last
much.
night?
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
was
we
like,
were freaking out. I told Ayla I was
like,
scared.
"Kayla,
I was
tell
like,
me
I'm
the
not
truth.
gonna
Tell me the
sugarcoat
truth."
it for you. Like, I'm scared right now.
Yeah, and that almost made me feel better actually, because it wasn't like I was just being paranoid or something. It's
But
like,
I also
no,
don't
there's a
think it's
reason.
unwarranted for us to feel this way, knowing what it is that they did find today.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that's reasonable to have those
Oh,
feelings now that we know what it
100%.
is. And as much as it can not cause a problem or pose a problem at all, it's still good that we found it and that we were scared enough to go in and get it looked at.
Yeah, I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
And we got to see the baby.
Yeah.
Of course we didn't get a picture or anything. Kayla just got to snap a picture.
Yeah, Ayla was
I
like-
was brave. I was like, can my husband take a picture?
She thought about it for half a second, and they have rules because we had read the sign at this
Yeah.
place that they
No
don't. But she
cameras.
was like, okay, should we get
She's
an up
like,
close
okay.
one? So
But
maybe,
we won't tell on her.
yeah, maybe I'll post it on my Instagram or something, or on it.
No, it'll be inserted in here, don't worry.
But you could just go to my Instagram too if you don't follow me already, so that you can help me gain
Okay.
and get closer to Ayla, because she's got like 4 times as many as me. Anyway, I love you.
Oh, I'm
You're
so
just
glad
trying
we're
to
laughing.
block me.
Okay,
okay.
that's it. That's all we got.
So that was our good and not as good news to
Yeah.
share, but
I wouldn't say bad news, but just like
not as good.
less good news.
Yeah, like I don't know, mediocre.
Mediocre. So yeah,
Okay, guys.
thank you guys for watching, and leave us your stories down below if you have been through the same thing, of course,
Yeah.
so that we can, again, just be reassured that we're not alone in, you know, everything that happens, because there's just so much that happens. Like, these weeks are just crazy.
There's a lot going on this
Yes.
first trimester.
Yeah.
There's a lot of changes.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Bye. Ayla wave.
You're
Oh,
ridiculous.
now I want to go to bed.
Okay.